Is there bad blood between Josh Burkman and I? I really don't care. All I'm cared about is getting back to the UFC, and he's standing in front of me, so I gotta take him out.
I don't know Jamie Yager. Jamie Yager doesn't know me. This is gonna be a very explosive fight for the fans to watch.
Anything can happen in a fight. It would be cocky and arrogant for me to say that I'm gonna win, but I'm coming out there to do just that, and I'm sure Dave is too, so we'll see what happens.
I plan on inflicting a lot of damage. That way his confidence starts to drop, and he starts getting a little bit frustrated, and when he does, I think that's when I'm going to be able to capitalize on that and finish the fight.
Yeah, you like to stand up and throw your fruity little front kicks, and I'm going to take that front kick and put you on your ass with it. So good luck.
He's been fighting, I don't know, some bums from his home state. He's never fought out of his own state. I've fought all over the world, and I've beaten tough guys. He hasn't beat any tough guys.
From beautiful Orem, Utah, just outside Salt Lake City, inside the UCCU Center, it's Showdown Fights, Burkman versus Yager. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside Johnny Ritchie, Tandy Schaefer, and Johnny, we've kind of tipped our hat a little bit as to the main event. It's Josh the People's Warrior Burkman, Jamie the Chosen One Yager. This is a big fight with big implications.
Oh, absolutely, Jay. Josh Burkman has owned the showdown. He has never tasted defeat inside of this cage. While Jamie Yager says, look, I'm coming to do so. I'm going to beat you, Josh Burkman. I'm going to beat you in your own backyard, and I'm going to do it in exciting fashion. Both of these guys training hard, both veterans of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, spent some time in the octagon. We figured their paths would cross at some point, and well, what better way than here at the Showdown?
Once you've been in the UFC, you want to go back, and both of these guys are probably 1 or 2 fights away from that, so they really need to win tonight. That is going to help the odds that it's going to be a really good fight.
Absolutely.
Yep. So speaking of good fights, Tandy Schaefer, there is a lightweight eliminator tourney going on this evening. For the first time in history, Showdown's going to be putting a belt up at stake. On November 16th, they will be giving away their first belt in the lightweight division. There are 4 guys who will be stepping into the cage tonight. All 4 of them want that belt badly.
Right. We've got Clay Collard versus Justin Buckles, and we've also got Dave Castillo versus Gordon Bell.
But let me tell you something. Dave Castillo has been hardworking this last year and a half. He's a new fighter. He's a new man, and he cannot wait to exact a little bit of revenge on Gordon Bell in the Showdown.
So a great main event, a great lightweight tourney, 9 fights in total. It's Burkman versus Yager, Showdown Fights.
My name is Justin Buckles. I fight on Team Alpha Male. I'm a UFC veteran, and I was a coach on the Ultimate Fighter Team Faber. Showdown is a great show. I fought here before. I beat my opponent in the first round, so I plan on doing that again. And I'm just looking for the toughest guy in Utah.
My name is Clay Collard. I have a 9-3 pro record. I am training with Crest Combat Conditioning in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Clay Collard's 19 years old. He has a bright future in this sport. If he goes to a real gym and gets some real training and fights some real competition, because I'm going to be the first real competition he fights, I'm going to beat him. He'll probably learn a major lesson from that he'll talk about in interviews later.
The reason I wanted to become a fighter is actually because of the Forrest Griffin-Stephan Bonner fight. I remember being a little kid and watching that and just knowing that one day I would always fight. And I turned 18 and started fighting.
He doesn't have enough experience. I mean, he's young, he's hungry, those guys are dangerous, you know. Guys make careers out beating guys like me, but I'm prepared for that. I'm not gonna lose this fight.
Fighting somebody like Justin Buckles with an impressive MMA record, it kind of makes me more hungry, honestly. I want to prove myself, and I have nothing to lose. I'm a 19-year-old kid living my dream, just ready to fight.
I got news for him. I'm 28 years old. I'm coming into my prime, so this is my time to shine, and I'm just gonna put it on him and show him that he doesn't belong in there with me.
Yes, I'm 19. Yes, he's 28. He's fought in bigger shows and better shows, but Buckles can overlook me. I'd love him to overlook me. Come fight day, he's gonna get a rude awakening. He thinks he can stand. He thinks he can, you know, bang with the best of them. I am the best of them.
He's been fighting, I don't know, some bums from his home state. He's never fought out of his own state. I've fought all over the world, and I've beaten tough guys. He hasn't beat any tough guys, and I'm going to beat him. He thinks he can beat me with stand-up. That's what everyone says they're going to beat me with stand-up. They say they're going to beat me with jiu-jitsu. I've heard it all before, and I've won those fights, and I'm going to win this one.
When I'm in the cage, I'm a totally different person. I'm the nicest guy ever outside of the cage, but in that cage, I just turn into a warrior. There's going to be a beatdown on Justin Buckles. Don't miss it.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the action. Orem, Utah, the place, UCCU Center. You know you're in Utah when they still cheer the opponent from another state.
Yes.
And when they're asked for the when the ring announcer asks for it, come on, do it again, do it louder. They do it louder.
They do, yeah, they do.
In any other state, when you ask, oh,
look at
goodness.
Clay.
Wow.
Come on, man. Justin Buckles with a nice Superman punch right there. Clay Collard doing a great job catching that leg and dumping Buckles right on his can in the first 15 seconds of this fight.
look at Collard with the rabbit punches to the belly.
Nice knees to the face.
Wow,
by
these
Justin
guys
Buckles.
are trading.
We knew this was going to be electric, and we knew this thing had fight of the night implications. And like I said, man, Clay Collard doesn't care how many fights you have in the UFC. He's going to come to bang.
Clay Collard is coming straight forward, where Justin Buckles has actually knocked people out with that front teep. Right to the chin, so he's got to be careful on leaning in.
Well, he's got to be careful, too. And he throws that head kick that was chopped, but then right there working in on that clinch.
Right now in the tie clinch.
Oh, huge knee by Justin Buckles that slipped through. Oh, and a nice elbow.
Beautiful left there by Collard. Collard trying to keep his head up from that clinch. Boy, Clay's got a nasty tie clinch. And he's, like you guys were saying, he's got such dexterity and flexibility in his legs. He gets those kicks up and those knees up so high.
He throws those punches with everything behind him.
I'm telling you what, Clay has landed some good shots to the dome of Justin Buckles right there and pushing the action. Whereas last time we saw him fight, Justin Buckles fight, he was the one pushing the action. So we saw this sweep a little second ago here in the beginning of the round, but he lets that leg go and he's content to have Buckles back against the cage. Buckles throwing that elbow but missing.
Oh.
so far, neither of these lightweights have shown any inclination whatsoever to go to the ground. They want to entertain the fans here in Orem.
There's a nice knee to the body by Buckles, and then a nice shot over the top by
stiff
Clay
left.
Collard.
You see that left there by Collard, and I think he's got Buckles thinking now.
He does. He's landing some good ones. I tell you what, Justin Buckles is relentless on that clinch, isn't he?
I cannot believe Collard is 19 years old.
19, man.
This kid is showing so much poise in there.
He reminds me of a Rory McDonald in the UFC, just this fresh-faced kid.
Right.
That's so unassuming, but he's so damn tough. Oh,
Good
nice
hook
shot.
cross by Justin Buckles.
Great combination.
Looks like Justin's got a little cut over his eye. Starting.
Now finally the kicks are finding their mark, just missing that straight right kick right up the pike.
And a nice elbow by Clay Collard there, and another elbow by Clay Collard that was nice, and another elbow by Collard as Justin's looking to tie that clinch up. Collard's hit him with 5 solid elbows, and then the Buckles answers with a knee to the body right there. And these guys are trading.
Oh, they are trading. What a great fight.
Buckles says, enough is enough. I'm shooting in. Look at Collard working it.
Letting him go. Right and a left, left and a right, right. Unanswered punches now from Collard. Buckles has got to change something up.
He has. He's been really trying to get that clinch, and it hasn't paid off because every time he ties it up, Collard smashed him with an elbow, and it took 7 of those, I think, before Buckles realized not to clinch up anymore. Quick hands by Collard. Wow.
Quick hands. Quick hands, stepping into the pocket, letting his hands go.
Another nice
Love
shot.
the diversity that both of these are throwing. They're throwing everything, working on their takedowns, working on their combinations, their knees, everything.
Buckles is getting the worst of it, though. As good as he is with the tie clinch, he's not been able to cinch the clinch, and he can't get the knees working for him. It's been really the last minute and a half, it's been Collard. As good as Buckles is. Nice outside leg kick there. But
nice jab by Collard. Left and then a right that landed on the face of Buckles and another left hook. Wow.
Now the knee and the left, 2 lefts. Oh my goodness.
Just dropping bombs on him right here. Awesome shots by Clay Collard, and then the knee, and then more shots. He's got him against the ropes. Bombing him with everything, left and a right.
Oh. Nice right knee there from Buckles, just missing the elbow. Collard's got to be careful.
20 seconds left on the clock here as these two lightweights trade shots.
Clay Collard doesn't even look tired.
He doesn't, and he's been pushing forward. And a nice takedown right there by Clay Collard, but he did leave his neck behind him, but that's okay because Buckles is not in a position, and wow.
Good first round. Good first round.
Buckles is over there saying, what did I run into?
Third man in this cage, Steve Mazzagatti, going to get this second round underway.
Ah, there's the adjustment right there from Team Alpha Male. I'm sorry, rather, yeah, from Team Alpha Male. Just take him down, baby. Just this. You're losing the stand-up war. Take it down.
He's got to be careful, though. You know, some of Clay's wins have been by submission. Not as much as they have in TKO and knockouts, but he still has submitted guys in the past. So,
and Pollard back to his feet, much to the crowd's delight.
That's right. Oh,
nice
Buckles,
uppercut.
Nice uppercut through that separation. Nice shot right there, and a big uppercut by Clay Collard that knocks Buckles to his back, and now he's inside of his guard. Now he's got to be careful here. Buckles was hurt. He blasted him with that shot.
Buckles recomposing the half guard, but he's got to do a lot more than that. He's got to get back to his feet.
Bleeding. And Buckles is bleeding. He has a big shot. He's going to give up. He just got to keep beating on him. Just keep beating on him. And in the shots, and I'm not sure what Mazzagatti's doing because he's clearly giving up. I mean, he was taking some big shots, looking for his way out.
Looks like he's still looking. He's going to grab a hold of that leg and try to,
for desperation, because I don't know what he's got going on. Collard was bombing on him.
And the takedown by Buckles. Boy, that was an opportune time. Now he's going for the choke.
And Clay has to be careful. He doesn't have it. And a big elbow right there by Buckles.
The blood came.
I'm telling you, Buckles is out of this thing because he is looking for ways. He's giving up here. He's going to try to hold on to that leg and maybe look for another pull-in, but if Collard was smart, hammer that head. Hammer that head and end this fight. I think this is it.
Well, he's turning his back on his opponent, and that's a sign right there. But he's still game, though. He's still game, and you got to give him the opportunity to recover.
I guess so, but I tell you what, a second ago, man, I just thought that this fight was done. But as soon as you see that, Buckles sneaks around and gets in the back of Clay Collard, and now this is not good for Clay. Clay doing a great job. Yeah.
That blood.
It's going to be tough. Submission attempts going forward here.
Wow.
In the next 2.5 minutes here in round two are going to be very difficult for either of these guys. But right now, Buckles doing a good job of recomposing himself. He's into the full closed guard. He's into the full closed guard of Clay Collard. What he's going to try to do is shake the cobwebs, stay in top position, stay in a dominant position, and let the cobwebs clear.
And that's what a veteran would do, you know, Jay. And that's, I mean, obviously the experience of Justin Buckles, and weathered the storm. Was getting beat on, and then now looking for the opportunity to submit. And Clay Collard now looking to get to his feet.
Mazzagatti looking very closely at this sub attempt. It's hard to tell from our angle.
Does he have it?
Very tough to tell.
He's trying to fight it. He's trying to fight it, but Buckles has got it.
Collard looks over at Mazzagatti and says, "I'm okay." His corner is telling him to bring his body towards them, which is towards Mazzagatti. He's okay.
He's okay. He
now we're going to see. Yeah, we're going to
Buckles landing 2 huge elbows. How about a little taste of your own medicine? And then Clay Collard hits him with a big shot. Oh! And he dropped him with that shot. Rocked him.
Buckles is in a lot of trouble now. He can't see out of one eye from the blood. And he's gassed out of that submission attempt. His arms are gone. But he is a gamer. He is a gamer. What a fight.
Clay Collard putting in work, sweeping the legs, and then he's just got to be careful. And a great job right here, landing. Oh, another big shot from underneath. Landing big shots.
Even those shots
underneath.
Have power on them.
This thing can't go too much longer, man.
I'll tell you, though.
30 seconds left on the clock.
He's
Clay
not
Collard.
Himself.
He does not like this. Clay punches head.
He's going for the leg, and this is how he got Collard down before,
That's
though.
Right. And I guess that's what a vet does. And Mazzagatti hasn't stopped it, but I guess Buckles is doing enough.
He's doing enough.
Just enough.
And I think Mazzagatti, oh, that left was nasty. But Mazzagatti's taking, and there it is. Wow.
When we come back, it's round 3.
Buckles is tough, boy. Ooh, he's tough. He is taking a beating, but he's in this fight, and that's the thing to remember.
Hey man, that's the thing. Justin Buckles is, he's a part of Team Alpha Male for a reason. They just don't let anybody come walk through those doors and slap that name on themselves. Justin Buckles is a tough dude and a veteran,
The doctor went over to Team Alpha Male in between and warned them and said, if he takes too much more of this beating, we are going to stop the fight.
Yeah.
So Team Alpha Male
Nice head kick.
probably told Buckles to just go for it. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Finish the fight. That's the danger. That more than anything, obviously Buckles is never going to give up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Nope, he doesn't have it.
Buckles won't give up. His worst enemy right now is the cut and the beatdown.
No, you're right about that. And once again, being the savvy veteran that he is, he's going to look for things that, some fighters may not look for later on in the round when you're sucking pond water, you're bleeding, things like this. That submission attempt that he had later in the second round was a pretty slick submission.
He's so exhausted, though, that it's going to be a lot harder to put these submissions on now.
But he's still punching, and those
Nice
actually
knee
two crisp punches. They missed, but he's still got game in him, and he's still got a good crisp punch. He's not out of this fight.
Oh! Nice head kick.
And a huge head kick that may have just changed this game right here.
Going for the sub right now. He's giving it everything he has. He's going for it here, guys. He's going for it. He's giving it everything he has.
Squeezing it with everything that he has, and Clay didn't give it to him. Even though Clay got rocked by that head kick.
Oh.
And there it is. He's got the submission on. Tight. That thing is on there, man.
Clay's fighting it.
He got him.
Oh, my goodness.
The crafty veteran, wow.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Wow.
What a fight. But right at the end, as you said, the seasoned veteran does squeeze on the submission at the end. What a fight.
Wow.
Incredible. Incredible.
I can't believe it, man. I'm telling you. But I guess that's why, Buckles, part of Team Alpha Male, they're going to pull it off. They're going to find ways to win, and that's what makes champions. And let me tell you, huge right here, because now Justin Buckles moving on in the lightweight eliminator tournament.
You cannot call anyone from Team Alpha Male out of the fight. He still had punches. He still had desire. He had to, he's a young guy too. He needed to recover. And a couple of times he got in top position on Collard, and he was smart, and he relaxed. He breathed deeply from the diaphragm. He cleared the cobwebs, and he got a second win. And he let his hands go. What a win.
Incredible.
For Justin Buckles. Wow.
With a minute and 35 coming off the clock in the third round. Let's hear it for your winner by guillotine, Justin Buckles.
My name is Gordon the Flash Bell. I'm 24 years old. My fighting style is effective, kind of unorthodox striking mixed with a really good ground game.
My name's David Castillo. I'm a 155-pound professional MMA fighter. I fight out of Salt Lake City, Utah. I'll be fighting Gordon Bell. Gordon has already beat me in the past about a year and a half ago, but I'm really looking forward to taking that win back and then going and getting that belt. There's no secrets, man. He wants to take me to the ground. I want to keep it standing. It's going to come down to who's the better wrestler, which I believe I am. He's going to have a hell of a time taking me down. The difference going to be in this fight is my takedown defense and also the amount of punches that he'll be taking to the face as he's trying to take me down. I plan on inflicting a lot of damage. That way his confidence starts to drop and he starts getting a little bit frustrated. And when he does, I think that's when I'm going to be able to capitalize on that and finish the fight.
Every fighter progresses as they train, and they get better, of course. It's been over the course of a year, so I'm sure he's gotten a little bit better. But I mean, I still, the foundations are still there. I still see openings. I still see, weaknesses. I'm sure he sees the same thing in me. And we've fought before, so we're looking for a few new things, but it's all pretty much similar.
It's my time right now. I got a family to support. I got a lot on the line. I'm going to come into this fight prepared. I'm going to come into this fight confident. I'm going to do my thing, and I think that's going to be enough to win.
I'm sure his record compared to mine probably played in his head the first time, probably felt like an advantage. Didn't make a difference. Nothing changes. It's still fighter on fighter. As far as I'm concerned, he's 0, I'm 0. We're going at it.
Gordon Bell is going to have a real tough time getting the fight to where he wants it to be. Things are in my favor. All fights start standing.
I'm not looking at the fact that I beat him before. You know, I threw a very sick submission, and I know I have the skills to put people away. But you know, it's a different fight every time. You know, so I'm not even going to compare it to last time. It's a whole new game, a whole new opponent to me. Everything's fresh.
He's already defeated me one time. Does that intimidate me? Does that scare me? Not at all.
I know Dave's trying to take this loss back. I know it was a harsh loss, and I mean, he lost by twister submission. There's only 7 of them in the MMA game. In the history of MMA, there's been 7 twisters. So it's a very rare move, and it's probably a little humiliating. So I'm sure he wants to get that back, and he's not walking over me. It's not happening. I'm nobody's stepping stone.
Is Gordon Bell the favorite in this elimination match? In my opinion, no. I will win this fight. His record means nothing to me. I believe that I'm a better fighter than him. I believe I'm more polished than he is. I believe my wrestling is better than his, and I think that's going to make the difference in this fight.
It would be cocky and arrogant for me to say that I'm going to win, but I'm coming out there to do just that, and I'm sure Dave is too, so we'll see what happens.
Welcome to the second half of the 4-man lightweight elimination. The winner of this fight will fight Buckles in the next Showdown fights. Let's start in the blue corner. This man has a record of 7 wins and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 153.5 pounds. He comes to you from St. George, Utah. Let's hear it for Gordon the Flash Bell! Corner. This man has a record of 15 wins and only 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches. He weighed in at 157 pounds. He is from Salt Lake City, Utah. And he drops bombs from Hong Kong that will make your chin sing a song. Let's hear it for Dave Castillo!
Hans Olsen, he's one of a kind, ladies and gentlemen. We love him.
All right, gentlemen, this is it. It's a good, clean, fair fight. Obey my commands, protect 7 at all times. Now hook them up.
Oh, there, a little bit of words for each other in the center cage. I'm guessing it was something like bring it, something along the lines of bring it. Oh my gosh, guys, this fight is going to be phenomenal. You can just tell.
Here we go.
And they're ready to go.
Touching the gloves, and it is underway, man. And Gordon Bell wasting no time, closing the distance and landing some shots on Castillo. Nice left by Castillo right there.
Both these guys look big for lightweight as well.
Oh, huge.
I mean, it's just amazing the science that this sport has become. You can make your body look like that at 55.
Nice combos by Gordon Bell. Nice kick.
And Dave Castillo caught that kick and landed a couple shots and then pushes his head back and gets him up against the cage.
I saw Castillo in the back hallway, guys, and he said, Jay, get ready for a show. He goes, I'm not playing around tonight. He goes, it is going to be a major show. He is so serious. There was no smiles. I mean, he was pacing 5 fights ago. He was pacing in the back.
He scares the hell out of me. I'm just going to throw it out there. I love Dave Castillo, but when he gets in that zone and that look, man, he scares me. But great job right here. You see that Castillo in a position of advantage. They get back to their feet. Now Gordon Bell has his back against the fence, threw a knee, missed.
Back to the center of the cage. They go. The big high kick from Bell. Going for the head. Remember, folks, these two have met before, and Castillo was finished in what some fighters call embarrassing fashion, and that is what Bell said in his pre-tape package. I'm sure he's humiliated at the way I finished him because the twister has only been done successfully a few times in the history. Yep. And so, you know, that's on Castillo's mind. This is a very proud fighter from a proud school. And this is his chance to get that fight back.
Yeah, Gordon said that he planned that twister slowly by certain moves that Castillo was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing to put that on.
Wow. Oh, and he goes for the lateral drop, and he gets it. But Dave Castillo staying busy, and what a nice sweep by Castillo to switch that around. Oh, but here we go.
Oh, goodness, going for the arm. Does he have it?
It looks like he has it. He is cranking on that thing. No,
He's out.
but Castillo hops him out of it. But Gordon Bell threw that thing on fast, didn't he?
Yeah, that guy is so
Went from the
dangerous.
triangle,
Yeah, his transition speed is so fast.
Look at him looking to the corner and it's going, slow it down a little bit.
Nice cross by Dave Castillo.
Oh, he hurt him. He hurt him. Oh no, that was early, very early.
Very early stoppage.
Very early stoppage for a fight of this importance.
I don't know though. I see Gordon Bell
He is
stumbling.
wobbly.
With a time of 2 minutes and 39 seconds coming off the clock in the first round. Let's hear it for your winner by way of knockout, Dave Castillo!
The closer I get to the cage, the stronger that I feel. I turn around and I walk in the cage, and when I walk into the cage, you know, I touch the cage and I feel it and find my footing, find my balance, and then I turn and I look and I find my opponent, and I feel invincible. And that's why I fight, is for that moment.
Yes, the People's Warrior, Burkman!
I see the fight starting with us touching gloves in the middle, me pressing forward, me putting him up against the cage, and just really taking advantage of him, finding his weaknesses and making him wish he never stepped in there and signed that contract to fight Jamie Yager, aka the chosen one.
Yager's coming into this fight with confidence. He's had 4 wins in a row. You know, he thinks that he's gonna come in here and just take me out, what he said in his interview. And I think that, you know, if you watch any of my fights, that's never happened. He needs to know that he's in for a war, that I'm not going anywhere, and I never back up in any of my fights. So I'll be right there in front of him the whole time, and he better be ready for that.
I plan to extend my 4-fight win streak to a 5-fight win streak and continue my path back to the UFC.
We'll both is just going into this fight trying to get back to the UFC, and I think that that's what fuels this fight and makes it such an intense fight, you know, is that we've both been there, and now we're both trying to get back there. And Yager's standing in my way of getting there.
Is there bad blood between Josh Burkman and I? I really don't care. All I'm cared about is getting back to the UFC, and he's standing in front of me, so I gotta take him out.
Yager isn't what fuels me to fight. You know, Yager's not the reason that I'm stepping into the cage. It doesn't matter to me what Yager says, what he does, because when we get into the cage together and the referee says to get out of the way, he's gonna try to beat me up, and I'm gonna try to beat him up. So there's gonna be big shots thrown, and it's gonna be a very aggressive fight, because I don't see either of us backing up.
Josh Burkman, if you get a chance to see this, doesn't matter what you do, you're going down.
Yager says he's gonna come in and he's gonna run through me, you know, but you know, you guys got the clips. Brandon Melendez said he did the same thing. Kofi ran his mouth, said he was gonna beat me up, and look what happened. Every fight, you know, you can say what you want to say, but when you get into the cage, you're responsible for the words that come out of your mouth, and I'm gonna make him pay just like I did Melendez, just like I did Kofi.
All right, gentlemen, this is it. Give us a good, clean, fair fight. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times, and hook them up.
Oh, Yager almost didn't touch gloves there. He almost didn't touch gloves there. You can see what could be a big advantage for Yager. Big height difference, 4 inches, 6'2" Yager, 5'10" Burkman. We'll see if that comes into play, if it stays on its feet.
All right, this is the last fight of the night. It is your main event. Steve Mazzagatti, the third man inside of the cage. And per Josh Burkman, the usual, he is a little filling out process here before the action and the fireworks begin.
Normally, Yager comes out and comes straight into the person. He wants to be the first person that gives the first shot. And he's got very explosive kicks, explosive punches, but he's being cautious. I think he's respecting Josh Burkman's power and experience.
Well, once again, man, two athletes in the cage right now, and I would dare to say the most athletic person that Josh has fought in the last 5 or 6 fights is Jamie Yager. And in riding high on a 4-fight win streak, and we can't say what that does enough, is it really, you know, you come into this thing with confidence, and Yager does look a lot bigger than Josh, doesn't he, right now?
Yeah, he really does. He's got 4 inches. If you include the fro, he's got 6 inches in the height. And that could be, we'll see. You know, Yager's got great hands. The guy is, like you said, he's such a skilled athlete. This guy, Josh, as you can see as he's circling, whoa! Little exotic action there from Burkman. I thought he was circling away from Yager's power, and he was actually setting up that spinning back kick. Oh.
And as he shoots, boom, and a takedown, which we don't see very often against Josh Burkman.
Burkman said Yager will be surprised at how fast I am and how strong I am in the cage.
Well, Burkman doing a good job here of kind of isolating it, making it so that Yager can't do anything. He's got that arm trapped right there, and now he's looking for that sweep to just get that leg up and over, butterfly him over on top of him. But that's a little easier said than done on a guy that's not as physical as Jamie Yager. But even if he just holds it here, they'll be forced to stand up.
Looking for the tip. He's got that left leg into the crotch, the groin area of Yager. Looked for a second like he was going to go for the tip.
Well, if he holds it there long enough, like I said, it'll be just kind of a stalemate. Mazzagatti will stand this up.
You hear Yager's corner saying, don't spend your energy, stay relaxed, nothing's happening.
Yeah, he's not doing anything with that. And now he does a good job pulling his head out there. Nice double underhook by Josh here. Got that clinch. He's got the butterfly guard here. Both legs inside the legs of Jamie Yager. Looking to extend those legs at some point and get the reversal, get the sweep.
Oh, pulse guard with the choke.
But he doesn't, he's got an arm in, and Josh is too savvy of a fighter to tap to something like that. I mean, just like that, Josh has kind of weathered that storm. And now Josh looking for what could be a guillotine choke here. But we've never seen Josh get muscled around inside of the cage, and right now Jamie Yager is doing that. You know, he's been able to use his power to get away from Josh.
Well, Jamie fought on the Ultimate Fighter season with Court McGee, where they fought at 185. So you know that he's a much bigger fighter. This was a big cut for him.
Big frame guy at 6'2", wide shoulders, big thick legs. Yeah, he's a dude who eventually could fight at light heavyweight. He's got that kind of frame.
Yeah, I mean, he's tall, he's big, he looks powerful. I mean, his legs are huge. But here's the deal: Josh Burkman always been the most powerful of an opponent inside of the cage. And there it is. There's that athleticism that we see.
Oh, nice.
He says, "Take
Barely
that
missed
with
that
you.
hook.
Take this with you." I want to give a real quick shout out to Raw Melissa. She's been stuffing our face with treats all night long. Go to rawmelissa.com. I'm telling you, this food is awesome, healthy, and melting in my mouth. You notice all the people from the cage have been coming over to us, and we're like the belle of the ball, but it's really they just want our food.
Just want our food here.
Thanks, Melissa.
Leg kick
Inside
just.
leg kick.
Oh, Burkman pulled that punch, and then he came back with one, but Yager doing a good job. Oh, and both of
Big bomb
woo!
by both
Ooh.
fighters.
That's coming up swinging right there.
I see both these guys, they look at the chest. The body can't fake it. The head can fake, but the body can't fake.
That's right.
Good concentration out of both these welterweights.
10 seconds left here in this first round. And I would say a great feeling out process by both of these guys. And at this level, there's nothing wrong with that. And you can expect that to happen.
Right.
When we come back, it's round 2.
So round number 1, how do you score it, guys?
Man, that's why I'm glad I'm not a judge, Jake. I'm just glad we get to commentate on this thing because, man.
It was very close round. Could have gone either direction. I heard a groin pop.
Both trading. That was shin to shin.
Oh, was that a shin? I heard something pop. I thought it might have been a groin, a cup.
Nice kick there by Jamie Yager, and a nice check by Burkman, but that thing still landed solid.
Yager's got that interesting kind of switch kick
Nice
threat.
brawl by Josh Burkman.
Well, and to be able to even get in on a takedown on Josh says a lot, you know what I mean?
Oh, nice
nice
knee.
body shot.
And he waited for the knee to come up, too. He was so strategic.
That's where the experience comes in.
That's right. That's right. What, 31 fights inside the cage for Josh Burkman? That's experience. That's time.
You hear Kenny Johnson yelling in his corner to circle out. Great wrestling coach.
I got Josh at 25-9, which would put him at 34.
Oh, 34 fights.
Yeah, I don't know if that's that.
You could be right. You could be right. I'm just going off of memory here, but you're probably right.
And that's a great active career for a guy in his early 30s. Already could retire with, he could. He could retire. He's not even close to doing that, but he could and call it a career. He's had a good full career as a fighter. You just tuned in. You're watching Showdown Fights, Burkman versus Yager. I'm Jay Adams alongside Johnny Ritchie, Tandy Schaefer. Glad you joined us. It's been a phenomenal night of fights. Right now, of course, you're watching two UFC veterans in the cage, the People's Warrior, Josh Burkman, the chosen one, Jamie Yager. A very close first round.
Knee to the body.
This is round number 2.
And Josh landed that shot to kind of set up that choke, but Yager doing a great job of grabbing his hand and fighting that off. And you hear his corner saying, don't worry about that takedown, drop that leg, forget about that, just work on the hands, fight the hands, because you do not want to be in a position to be submitted by Josh Burkman here. Jockeying for a position there. Burkman looking to get the back of Jamie Yager. And
you can hear Yager's corner yelling, exhorting him to control the hands.
Yeah, because they know that, if there's that exposure, he's going to be able to sneak in and get that choke. So. But there you go. Berkman's hand strength alone
he's
could
really
submit
got
somebody.
that in tight.
He does.
Yager's face is grimacing. He's in a lot of pain right now. He tapped out. He tapped out. Josh, the People's Warrior Burkman, is tapped out. Jamie, the chosen one, Yager at 136.
Talk about
in the
it.
second round. And there he is right there. The People's Warrior getting his love from the fans here in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Talk about a chess match, Jay and Tandy. Wow.
Wow.
Back and forth, back and forth. How smart was that? He waited,
That was
he waited.
a very, very smart fight.
Well, let's send it into hands and make this thing official.
All right, fight fans, let's put your hands together for the main event. Let's hear it for these two warriors. With a time of 3 minutes and 25 seconds coming up the clock in the second round, let's hear it for your winner, by guillotine, Josh, the People's Warrior, Burkman. All right.
Let's recap some of the action from earlier in the night. Brad Darrington dominates Tanner Cowan in a unanimous decision victory to start the night. And Mark Ney was disqualified for this illegal kick, giving Alexis Burkman the win via DQ. Eric Whalen survives the early knockdown to apply this wicked calf slicer. Check this out. This calf slicer is so nasty, it fractures the leg of Cisco Alcantara. He will have problems walking for the next 2 weeks at least. This occurred just past the 2-minute mark of round number 1. Craig Ross was in complete control of this featherweight bout until the tenacious Jordan Chandler slapped on this guillotine that ends the fight. Under the chin, tight. It is over. A huge win for this young up-and-comer. There it is right there. Jordan Chandler, look at him. You think he's excited? Look at this. Up to the top of the cage, forcing Ross to tap. And finally, Jan Jorgensen remains unbeaten in the heavyweight ranks as he makes short work of Clifton Bishop at the halfway point of round number 1. There he is, got a little bit of strut to his walk there. Sky is the limit for this former BYU football star.
Oh, what a great night of fights, guys. There's so many good ones to pick from. Mine is easy. I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to pick the fight of the night, Justin Buckles, Clay Collard. Clay Collard was just peppering him all night long. He looks so good. It's hard to believe that kid is just 19 years old. He really was taking it to Justin Buckles, but the seasoned veteran came up big, came up with the win. He pulled a rabbit out of the hat at the last second, and you can never count out the veterans. Great job by Justin Buckles. Great job by Clay Collard. Fight of the night for those guys.
Well, speaking of veterans, your main event, Jamie Yager versus Josh, the People's Warrior Burkman. What a fun fight when two guys that are so athletic, that are so skilled, step inside this cage. And I tell you, it was a chess match. The small, little, incremental victories that Josh made inside the cage are what helped him win this fight. And Josh proved it right there. You're not going to beat him in his own backyard.
Tandy, there were a lot of good fights to pick from. Which direction did you go in?
Gordon Bell and Dave Castillo, a great fight. They went back and forth, great combinations, but Dave Castillo came out with the win by knockout. A little early stoppage, my personal belief, but he got it. So now he'll be fighting Justin Buckles.
Yes, on November 16th for the lightweight title. It's going to be exciting. Thank you guys for welcoming me to your awesome state of Utah. The hospitality is always phenomenal. So for Johnny Ritchie, Tandy Schaefer, and of course Showdown Fights, I'm Jay Adams saying we'll see you next time on the United Fight Alliance Television Network.